Mystical Love and Light here. Whenever I do one of these videos, it's because I had a couple of people inquire about a certain topic, and so what I do is I have, of course, my notes, and I actually printed these off because besides me knowing about a certain topic, I also like to research the internet and see what they say versus what I know. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Almighty. So versus what I know, and then I just kind of group them all together. And so I printed these off of the internet for the reason is pretty much my thinking and my feeling and what I know is pretty daggum close to this. Now, a lot of times I feel like the internet is one-sided, but in this case, they're pretty darn close. Okay? Now, this will be on Starseeds. Okay? I will, after this video, I will have another upcoming video on Starseeds, also on giving you the definition for you to see if you can pick one that you feel like you're a Starseed. Now, Starseeds, if you've never heard of the term, it's like Earthlings are also Starseeds. Earthlings are people that live on this earth that's been reincarnated, that's been reincarnated from others from this earth. In other words, every reincarnation has been from earth. They're Earthlings. Starseeds are from all over the solar system. Okay? From everywhere. Now, there's all types of Starseeds, and I'm going to go over a lot because I printed this out so that I could give you like the definition of the particular ones. Now, you want to watch this all the way through because I'm going to try to insert some pictures of certain ones that I go over here, but there are so many of them that I'm not going to cover, and I'm going to show you the pictures at the end because each picture has very important information on each one. Like it'll have the name of them, the origin of them, their agenda, their lifespan, what kind of transportation that they use, and there's going to be notes on it on what is their purpose. Are they here to help? Are they here to destroy? You know, things like that, which I'm not even sure that I can use this word on YouTube, but the A word, the A, that word. Okay, so this kind of falls into that category. So a starseed could be where you were reincarnated way back thousands of years from a different galaxy, a different star system, you know, wherever. A lot of them had gone to different planets before they came here. And some of them just came straight here, and they're called Starseeds. So you will know after I go over this, and then the next video following it that I do on Starseeds will make more sense to you, but I felt like this part here you need to understand first, okay? So I will just read off of here, and like I say, I've explained to people what it is, everything, but from here it makes more sense, and I'm not trying to stutter over words that I'm trying to spit out. Okay, so this is on the Starseeds. There's lots of different Starseeds, and the human race does not know all of them. There's thousands of them or hundreds of them at the in between. From when I start inserting the pictures, there would be like 48 pictures altogether. Okay, now I'll just start reading this, and the ones that I have pictures of with the important information, I will insert it. Now, I'm not good at editing. I'm going to try my best to add it, to split it, insert the picture in, and then go on. So the ones that I cover that I have a picture, I will insert those, and some of them that I don't even have listed here, I have pictures of, I will insert those on the end. So make sure you watch it all the way through, okay? And what I want you to do is, if you are familiar with any of them, comment, okay? Not so much comment like for, you know, you're asking me a question, but comment so other readers can see, okay? Maybe it will help them. There's more Starseeds out there than what people realize. Okay, so there are all different types of Starseeds, and these are definitely there's definitely way more out there than we know of. As time goes on, then we learn of more and more and more. You'll know in your heart that something is not right, like you feel like you don't belong. Okay, so if none of these types of Starseeds fit you, but you also don't like that you're an Earthling, you don't feel like you're an Earthling, then you may be from a place that humans haven't discovered yet. I will even go over the definition of Earthlings. So for every one of these Starseeds, I'm going to give you a definition. The next video will be giving you a description to see which one resonates with you, but that will be in the other video. Okay, so this one is giving you definitions of the Starseeds themselves. Okay, now many travel extremely far to get here, so don't worry if none of these types of Starseeds seem to fit. Like I say, there's a lot more than just what I'm fixing to read to you. They're from other solar systems or galaxy or other universes. You may have lived many lives in other systems. Do some divination work, pendulum, cards, etc., etc., to figure out the truth about your origin. You'll know which ones sit right with you. The type of Starseed that you'll identify as. Okay? So, instead of saying 1, 2, 3, 4, I will give the name and then tell you a little bit about that particular one. Okay? I say Pleiadian. That's how I kind of say it. So, this is one of the nearest star clusters to Earth, only about 400 light years away. The Pleiadians, or the Pleiades, consist of 7 super bright stars, also known as the Seven Sisters, located in the Taurus constellation. The people of Pleiades are usually kind and gentle. As a unit, the Pleiadians are soul healers. They were some of the first Starseeds here and continue to pave the way for human beings to evolve and ascend. Pleiadians have a high spiritual vibration and are quite telepathic. The Akashic records of the universe are said to be held on the Pleiades. So these beings are trusted enough to watch over the lifetimes of all souls. They're very spiritual beings. The star system is often called the school of learning, and is said to be a place where all beings can reincarnate to develop their understanding of healing and of the nature. Basically, it's a place to discover meaning and purpose. This is said to exist in the fifth dimension of love. They are also a place where souls come for personal healings. These planets are incredibly breathtaking and loving. On Earth, the Pleiadians are also called the record keepers and the innate healers. They may seem like old souls for a young age because they have so much spiritual knowledge. They are family oriented and tend to be good with children and animals. Everyone can sense the love that flows from them. They are usually natural humanitarians. They may go about their work in a way, but almost everyone has or here wants to make things better for humanity. Now, on this one, I have a star next to it, so I have a picture that will accompany this. If I say it has a star next to it, that means I put a star because I've got a picture. Let you know what they look like. This doesn't mean that they're always right. Many lose their way or try to change things for the better, only to inadvertently make things worse. However, their goal is always to help mankind and the masses in general. They usually feel they have a really big mission on Earth. Many are crystal healers or work with energy in some way. They can also be teachers, writers, artists, musicians, doctors, engineers, and chefs. They naturally feel energy and can be very hands-on with energetic work. They might be drawn to astrology, spirituality, metaphysics, space, astronomy, or they might jump into any area where they see a need of improvement. They are known to be the most loving race in the galaxy. In fact, the Pleiades are comprised of planets with unconditional love. So this feels natural to them. They are peaceful people who truly enjoy spending time with each other. There isn't a lot of conflict on their planets. It can be hard for people from Pleiades to not get personally involved when they see someone else in pain. They want to jump in and save them, but this can hamper others from learning their own lessons. Remember, all the star seeds that come here are coming for certain reasons. Sometimes they can also struggle with codependency, mainly because they feel the effects of their missing twin flame from other starseeds. They may be bullied or used by other people because of their kind and loving nature. The heart chakra is the most natural for Pleiadians to activate and is usually the chakra that starts their psychism. They truly want to love everyone, but they are easily hurt when they don't receive this in return, because they don't always have strong enough boundaries for the third dimension. According to many spiritualists, there are over 75 million Pleiadians on the earth at any given time, meaning they are the most densely populated types of starseeds here. Now keep in mind, if I mispronounce these words, remember they're foreign to me too, but I try my best to pronounce them the best I can, or because sometimes I pronounce them a little different than what it's written, and so I kind of struggle with the way that it's written versus how I know them, but it's very similar. So I'm trying to read the word that's actually here that popped up on the internet versus the word that I know it as. Okay? All right, the next one, I also have a picture that I will insert. Which would be the Syrian. Some people say Orion Starseeds, but I'm used to saying the Sirius. S-I-R-I-U-S. The Sirius dog star, also known as Alpha Canis Majoris, is the homeland of Syrians. Souls can come from either Sirius A or Sirius B, a water planet that vibrates in the 6th dimension at an incredible frequency. It is on these planets where the acoustic records are stored. Syrians are peacekeepers and guardians here on Earth. They might seem a bit like warriors, but their actual purpose is to guide us during times of war, natural disaster, and other calamities. They have a strong energy regardless of their physical size, yet they can be extremely sensitive empaths also, even though they probably hide this more sensitive side. Now when I put the pictures in, that way you look at the pictures and then, listen to what it says so that you can make the connection, the face with the description, okay? And make sure you read the picture, because there's a lot of information itself on the pictures. Okay? Legend says that Syrians helped build the Great Pyramids. According to science, the Great Pyramids were built to face the Sirius dog star. The Egyptian god Anubis is believed to have been a Syrian being, so many Syrians feel a call toward ancient Egypt. Sometimes Syrians may find it difficult to express their emotions or open up. They're used to taking action or being the stoic guardian rather than expressing their feelings to others. That might feel misunderstood by others because they do have emotions, but they just can't get them out. It's almost like my husband. It's probably what kind of starseed he is. Syrians are typically loyal and trustworthy if you take the time to get to know them. Though they may seem closed off at first, they are very focused, very determined, and set on whatever path that they are on at a given time. It is very difficult to change the mind of a Syrian, but once their course changes, they do go wholeheartedly in a new direction. Typically, Syrians are drawn to careers that incorporate the Earth's natural frequency. They may enjoy working with the seasons or cycles of growth, or even being in tune with the Earth. They could also enjoy ancient geometry because the energetic principles make sense to them. Although most starseeds have healing capabilities, Syrians tend to be doers rather than healers. They're very action-oriented. Syrians typically lead a rather simple life. They're not usually power-hungry. Instead, they simply want personal freedom. They are here to help us get through times of turbulence. Many Sirians are here on Earth during the times of Atlanta and Lemurian, so they have memories of these ancient civilizations and could feel more of a connection to the Earth than other types of starseeds. They were also the types of starseeds who preserved their energy in the actual Earth through crystals. So they are intuitively drawn to nature. Sirians' strongest chakra is the third eye, though they've known to be strong throat chakras as well. Most Sirians go through stages where they are very confused about why they are here and what their mission is. They may try out many different religions or sets of beliefs in order to find themselves, though they are especially attracted to native and pagan teachers. Now remember, as I go through this and you're trying to resonate with some of them, keep in mind you may feel like you're a starseed and you don't know just yet which starseed you are. That's okay, because in time it will come to you. All starseeds are here for a reason. The next one is a Mataka. The Mataka or Martakan starseeds. Matakan, it's spelled Matakan, but it's pronounced Mataka. Mataka starseeds come from Orion's belt, but they more specifically hail from a planet called Arcturian, which is composed of crystal clear water. Matakans primarily live underwater on Arcturian and looked a bit like mermaids. So when you hear the old tales about mermaids, here you go, there were starseeds. Sadly, Arcturian is no longer habitable due to the destruction of the environment by reptilians. And we'll go over the reptilians in here also. Matakans feel especially homesick because they intuitively know that they can never return. How sad. Here many Matakans are drawn to water and sea creatures because it gives them a sense of home. They are extremely positive souls filled with love and compassion, yet they also have a deep sense of sorrow that is hard to let go of. Some Matakans really resist being here on Earth and may develop phobias or other problems that hamper their lives. Others might push for love, harmony at all costs. Maybe they want to recreate their homeland, but ignore the fact that these values don't work the same here on Earth. Matakans are known to wear rose-colored glasses here on Earth because this positively was 100% natural on their planet. These types of starseeds don't always understand negative intentions or choices. Even when their choices are misguided, they're always grounded in positivity, so they can experience a lot of trauma when others are intentionally negative. If you're a Matakan starseed, you might benefit from root chakra healing. You probably feel ungrounded, as though you don't belong here, and usually your root chakra to ground yourself can make you more comfortable on Earth. You are being called to connect with Mother Earth in a way that is foreign to you. But as a Matakan starseed, you will also sense that it's right and necessary. It's also important that you cleanse regularly with water, since you're highly empath and will take on the energy of others. Water is a connection to your home planet and has more healing capabilities for you than others. You ever watch on TV these videos when they talk about the I don't know if I'll get flagged with that word, so I'm not saying it out loud. And you see them going, the ships in the water and stuff, and you wonder why. Maybe this is the ones going underwater. You never know. Okay, Orion Starseeds. I have a picture of it to insert. So, Orion Starseeds. Now remember, a lot of starseeds in the galaxy went to Orion first and then traveled here. Not all of them did. A lot of them just come straight, but a lot of them went to Orion first. If you are an Orion Starseed, then you come from the constellation Orion. This is a very bright grouping of stars that can be seen on Earth without telescope. But there are higher dimensional versions that you cannot see, even on a clear night with the human eye. Orion Starseeds are very logical and mental. They may be sharp when it comes to science or rational thinking, though they can go into just about any field as long as they're able to use their minds. They are very task-oriented. They will see something they will see something through until it's done. They believe in progress, simple for the sake of progress. So these starseeds might get excited by a new idea or invention, even if it doesn't have use for them specifically. They hold logic above all else. Reminds me of Spock. In fact, you can definitely argue with an Orion Starseed because they will probably be willing to see your viewpoint as long as you have the logic to back it up. They have a strong drive to understand the reasons and inner meanings of all things. Orion Starseeds will analyze people or things in order to understand them. However, they may be critical of themselves and other people since they expect perfection. Orion Starseeds are very technologically advanced. They come from a star system with technology that we can't even fathom. So they feel right at home in the tech world. This isn't all to say that Orions aren't social. They can even be the life of the party if they feel like it. They still experience a range of human emotions, but they have trouble understanding how other people live their lives through the lenses of emotions instead of seeing the logical reasons for things. Many people think that Orion Starseeds are cold, but this isn't true. They have learned how to think primitively about logic as a survival mechanism on Orion. They do have feelings, but typically keep them suppressed. The Greys took over Orion at some point during the Orion Wars and tried to enslave the beings on Orion so that they would be forced to reincarnate into the star system over and over. Only some Orion beings escaped by fleeing into space, and a few of those that escaped have reincarnated here on Earth. Because of this, Orion Starseeds may experience intense homesickness. They know that they can never go back to their star system, yet nothing here feels familiar. Some Orion Starseeds also have a fear of enslavement because of the unconscious trauma. They may have a really hard time following orders or feeling trapped by others. These types of starseeds have control over their destiny. They don't like being told what to do or how to think because they know that everyone has the right to choose for themselves. Free will, choose for yourself. Their goal here is to seek knowledge and to stop and take over that resembles that which happened to the Orion star system. Orion Starseeds may also have a strong connection to ancient Egypt. So the next one I have a picture of. That's the Arcturian Starseeds. If you are an Arcturian Starseed, then you come from the constellation Arcturus. This star system has been colonized by people from other worlds because it is very strategic. A very strategic place for those who like to observe the ongoings on Earth. Here on Earth, Arcturians are likely to struggle with their shadow side more than other starseeds. They have deep-seated trauma that they need to deal with. Arcturians may have beliefs about what is right or wrong that they develop due to trauma they experienced here on Earth. Underneath, they may have real emotions, but they struggle to let their walls down. Typically, Arcturians are afraid to be vulnerable because they know that they are easily hurt. In order for Arcturians to learn how to live on Earth, they must deal with their shadow side and confront the things that they believe are wrong. Arcturians can benefit from inner child work and energy healing as well. They have trauma that must be unpacked in order to move forward in their mission. Most Arcturians have two sides to them. One that is warm, emotional, and open, and other that is stoic, logical, or even a bit cold. It can be confusing to be around the Arcturian because they change so rapidly. I keep looking down because Velvet's sitting right here waiting for me to pick her up. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. You gotta help. You gotta meet me halfway. Okay. So Arcturians are usually good at balancing masculine and feminine energy, though they become more masculine when they get out of alignment. When Arcturians feel disconnected, they're likely to experience power struggles with other people. On Earth, Arcturians are fabulous leaders. People generally trust them and look for them for help, and they might sometimes feel as though they bear the weight of the world on their shoulders. Arcturian Starseeds can also feel a lot of fear when they believe that they can't accomplish something. When they're able to align their energy to the universe, they will start to figure out how to accomplish certain things, even though their energy, even through energy alone. In the Starseed community, Arcturians are known for being math crazy. Geometry is huge for Arcturians. But I find that not all Arcturians are necessarily good at math. Instead, they just like breaking things down into a simple structure that they can understand. On the star Arcturus, there is a ton of crystal technology. So Arcturians may be drawn to crystals or nature. This is where their geometry comes in. Now the next one is the Andromedan Starseeds. I do have a picture of Andromedans. Andromedans are semi-rare type of starseed here on Earth. They come from the Andromedan galaxy, the closest galaxy to ours. Generally, Andromedans crave freedom, but can find Andromedans traveling the world in search of true freedom, breaking free of the birds that control them. The binds that control them. Slip of the tongue there. Breaking free of the binds that control them, or searching for a way to free themselves from the third dimensional body. It is very difficult for the Andromedans to be here on Earth because where they come from, they actually have freedom in a way that we humans do not. Andromedans may spend their lives searching physically for freedom. They're often the people who want to travel the globe or move to a new city when they start to feel constricted. But they are never content until they realize that freedom only comes from within. Many Andromedans are extremely sensitive. They can suffer from anxiety, depression, low self-worth, and they are easily horrified by the physical and mental atrocities that humans on Earth commit. Andromedans often have a special connection with children, animals, or nature. To see innocence, and are good at spotting the childlike spirit and just about anyone. However, they don't feel that they fit in here on Earth and usually see themselves as the odd one out. Mentally, Andromedans are both creative and logical. They're often interested in ancient civilizations because they're always searching for the truth that will set them free. Now the next one, the Lyra, I also have a picture of them. The Lyra Starseeds, the souls from the Lyra star system are some of the oldest star seeds here on Earth. They tend to be either feline or avian from Lyra, though it seems to be like feline souls are more common here. And on the feline, I have a picture of them also. If I don't insert it here with the Lyras, I'll insert it at the end. So keep watching for it. Very interesting pictures with information. Lyra Starseeds easily trust in the flow of life. They don't need to micromanage or control because they know that everything unfolds as it should be. This means that they're also pretty adaptable based on the situation that they're in. Typically, Lyrans are extremely independent. They're the kind of people who don't mind jetting off on a new adventure, and they aren't afraid of much. Typically, Lyrans are extremely independent. Oh, I read that part. I find that Lyrans usually love to travel. They like all kinds of adventure, and they're always looking for something new and exciting. Some Lyrans prefer to see new places, while others like different and unique experiences. When you meet a Lyran, you'll probably know right away. They have a confident energy, yet they aren't boastful. They just seem comfortable with who they are. Many Lyrans have a similar energy to cats. They know what they want and how to get it, but they don't need to tell your every detail. Like the feline, they actually have, their face is a lot like a feature of a cat. Some Lyrans have cat-like features or energy with a sharp mind. With others, they have more of a bird-like appearance, long nose, fingers, thin face, etc. Lyras are here for many purposes. Since they had to flee most of the planets that they come from, some come to help humanity, while others come for a new adventure. They aren't afraid of anything, even incarnating on a new planet. And then the next one, it covers two things. It covers the Lemurians, and it covers the Atlantean Starseeds. So the Lemurian Starseeds and the Atlantean Starseeds. Lemurian and Atlantean starseeds are thought to be souls who were incarnated on Earth before the civilizations were lost. Some souls were here. Some souls were from these places, while others are from other places that came here. Atlanteans is thought to be in the ocean near the Bermuda Triangle, which lies between the Bimini, Cuba, and San Juan, Puerto Rico. Plato first wrote about a fictional island called Atlantis in 360 BC, though the idea of the Great Flood shows up in just about every culture and myth. Legend has it that the Atlanteans were an extremely powerful and advanced race who came to dominate much of Earth between 10,000 and 50,000 years ago, before they were destroyed by some cataclysmic event. Now, even though it says between 10,000 and 50,000, I don't know if I've heard it somewhere, if I felt it somewhere, where I got this in my head, but I feel like it's a lot older than that. Some people think this event was a natural occurrence, such as a meteor, while others think that the Atlanteans invented an incredible, powerful crystal laser which destroyed their civilization. The Pularians was a similar sort of civilization, said to be near India, that developed technology philosophical, how you say that word? Philosophical and healing technologies. Even less is known about Lemurians, but they were also thought to have destroyed either due to draconian influences or due to natural disaster. Again, the Draconians, I've got a picture of them. Some Lemurian and Atlantean starseeds escaped on spaceships, while others died in the disaster and were reincarnated. However, the starseeds usually long for an enlightened civilization like these. Though our Earth is very different nowadays. I can't even go into that. The next one, and I have a picture of the Draconians, which are also known as shapeshifters, starseeds. Now, when you're talking about shapeshifters, the Draconians, like the reptilians, are shapeshifters, but also a lot of your native shamans are also shapeshifters. So a lot of them probably comes from certain starseeds, obviously, that's able to do that too. Draconian starseeds come from the Draco constellation, which is only around 303 light years from Earth. Some Draconians are also reptilians, but not all. Now, keep in mind with the reptilians, everything, just like the human race, the Earthlings, you got some good, some bad. I'm not even going to say 50-50 because I don't know the percentage. But also the Draconians, which are the reptilians. And we all have heard really bad things about the reptilians. But also keep in mind there are a few that are not bad. Okay? Though Draconians are thought to be evil, this isn't always the case. Draconians aren't able to absorb energy from source the way that other types of starseeds are. While the Arcturian Starseed might retreat to spend some time alone, meditate, or go for a walk and feel regenerated, these things don't work for Draconians. Typically, Draconians will try to gain energy from other people instead. This means that they can sometimes start drama, manipulate others, or even gain energy from violence, chaos, and situation. So think about that, and think about the times today, what's going on this planet today. Make that connection. I'll read this again. Typically, Draconians will try to gain energy from other people instead. This means they can sometimes start drama, manipulate others, or even gain energy from violence or chaos situations. Draconians can learn how to gain energy from other sources, such as the 4 elements. But this is sometimes they have to consciously do. Many Draconians either don't know this or prefer to gain energy from other people. If you've never met a Draconian who does this, you probably feel, if you've ever met a Draconian who does this, you probably feel tired and zapped after being around them. Keep in mind that Draconians can also learn how to forge a connection to source. It's almost like the old tale of the vampires. This isn't an energy that their souls were created with, but with a lot of light work, energy work, and meditation, this cord can be formed and enlarged over time. Draconians tend to reincarnate in the same families over and over and teach their children so that their power remains condensed. This also ensures they teach their children how to draw energy in familiar ways. So it's a complete cycle with them. They don't get reincarnated into other starseeds. It's just them getting reincarnated in themselves. Many Draconians end up in the structure of organized religion or politics in order to grow their power and gain energy. I will read this again. Think about today's Earth. Today's the happenings going on. I'll read this again. Many Draconians end up in the structures of organized religion or politics in order to grow their power and gain energy. Some shapeshifters follow the agenda of enslaving the rest of the universe like they did on Orion. They believe that others were meant to be slaves. Yet others believe in a free world. It's incredibly hard for them to break free from their people because many probably grew up surrounded by other shapeshifters, so this takes a lot of bravery and courage. It's like you're in that circle and you know something is not right. And it's hard for you to break through because in front of you and back of you, on the side of you, are all other shapeshifters that are watching. We don't really know a ton about these shapeshifters because they can literally bend their shape. They might not actually do this physically, but often mentally. This is usually how they win, or other planets / galaxies too. It's not always warlike we think of it. So they do the chaos and stuff in a hidden way that creeps up on you that you don't even know. They bend their shape, meaning if you look close enough at a person and you catch it just right, they're there, they're not there. You notice the eyes, you notice the tongue. There's a lot of ways to pick them out, which I have personally. My sister has personally. Actually, sisters have personally picked them out. All you have to do is just pay attention. It's almost like they will hypnotize you or hypnotize people in a room, and then they change. Then when you're hypnotized, they let it go. Where are they? They're not there. Are they there? Oh, they're there, you just don't see them. So they have that power. Don't be fooled. Okay? Next is the Greys. I have a picture. The Greys are another type of starseed race that is separate from the reptilians. A lot of people think they are the same, but they're different. The Greys are another type of starseed race that is separate from reptilians. The main difference is that they quite simply don't have a reptilian appearance in their natural form. Get that? Their natural form. Means they have other forms. The main difference is they quite simply don't have a reptilian appearance in their natural form, but instead look like large gray, and then the A word. You know that's what that means when I say the A word. I hope I haven't said it in here anywhere. They also have a slightly different agenda. However, most of the energetic issues apply to both Greys and reptilians. Greys don't have a direct connection to Source either, but this is certainly something that can be forged. Many Greys come to human starseeds through dreams and in astral plane, both helpful and harmful. Comment below how many of you have been taken by these Greys or reptilians or what all. I bet a lot of you have, and just afraid to put it down in the comments. I'll start. I disappeared one time in time. I think I mentioned it on one of the other channels. The Lady Grave Dancer channel. My husband can give you details, even though mine went from here to here with hours lost. I couldn't tell you what happened then. My husband can give you details, literally details of what they did, where he was at, what the ship looked like inside, instruments. He can tell you everything. So comment below, let me know if you've had any experiences with any of this. So the next one is the Maldek, the Maldek Starseeds. Maldek was a planet which was on the other side of Mars that has not existed for millions. Oh, and back to my husband, I'm not going to tell you, that's his story to tell if he wants to come on and tell it. He watches all my videos. So if he wants to tell it, he'll tell it. But I'm not going to tell it because that's not my story to tell. That's his. That's his choice. Maldek was a planet which was on the other side of Mars that has not existed for millions, if not billions of years. The current remains of this planet are that appears to be an asteroid belt. Originally, Maldek was a warlike planet. Maldeks were highly intelligent, but they weren't great with emotions. They mainly existed in the mental realm and focused on technology development. Ultimately, they destroyed their own planet with technology because they weren't able to catch up spiritually. How many times have you heard that we're going to destroy our own planet and that the A's came in and helped out and blew certain things up so certain things wouldn't happen? Maldeks are extremely smart and mentally gifted. They have strong masculine energy and they can be drawn toward technology or science. However, these types of starseeds struggle to feel and express their emotions. They may also have difficulties with their morals or spirituality. The heart and emotional bodies of Maldek are usually undeveloped. Maldeks can certainly experience love and often have strong emotions, but they don't know how to identify them because they aren't used to focusing on an emotional body. Maldek Starseeds are strong and steady. They're a very deliberate decision makers because they look at the facts. They're also very driven, though they may be too focused and ignore the relationship side of their lives. They can sometimes be a bit social awkward or too blunt because they don't understand emotions. Ultimately, Maldek Starseeds have a lot of natural gifts. They must learn how to understand their own emotions and relate to others. They certainly don't want to repeat what happened on their planet, so learning how to incorporate the emotion and spiritual bodies in the way forward for them. I hope you can hear me through all of this. I'll have the air conditioner on low. It's hot in here. If I keep the air conditioner on high all the time in here because of the oils, but I turn it down on low, so hopefully you'll be able to hear me okay. Now, the Martian Starseeds. Starseeds from Mars are here on Earth too. Long ago, Mars was colonized by a warlike society. When Maldek was destroyed, Mars was impacted as well, which is why the atmosphere is no longer inhabitable, most likely due to radiation. Martian Starseeds came here in order to stop the same thing from happening on our planet. Remember what I said earlier? However, many of them come with a bit of soul health issue due to the radiation that they experienced. Martians often need to do some energetic soul healing to feel whole and healthy in their physical bodies. Typically, Martians have very strong masculine energy. They are definitely a war soul group, and they're very mental and action oriented. It can be hard for Martians to live here because any anger is seen as scary on Earth, while anger is simply natural to them because it's a way of survival. On Mars, the inhabitants were extremely intelligent and powerful, but they don't focus much on emotions or spirituality. So they may have difficulty explaining their feelings here on Earth. Martians can be incredibly loving underneath once you get past their tougher interior, and they're very logical and loyal. Most Martians do need some space and can't be suppressed because they feel the need to act when someone is off. They even deal with their emotions through actions, words, and don't always come easy to them. Now, even though this is a long video, please watch it to the end. I want you to look at all of the pictures. I searched and searched and searched for these pictures. Some of them I've had in my photos probably for 30 years, and others I did a lot of searching trying to find them. So watch to the end, please, all the way through. Very interesting pictures. The military can be a comfortable career choice for Martians. They enjoy physical structure and order. Though their planet did not get to the technology and science levels of the Maldeks, they're more organized and grounded, while the Maldeks were reaching for the stars. Martians can be very loving underneath their harsh experience, but it's hard for them to access and express their empathetic side. This simply takes practice. Right now, Martians can't go home because of the atmosphere on Mars. Their civilization, as they knew it, no longer exists. This can be difficult for some Martians because they can't be as physical as they're used to, and for them, this is just a way of life. Some Martians also have trauma because they were forced to flee their home planet. The next one is the Venusian, which is also known as the Hathors. The Venusians are a unique and special breed of humans. They're originally from a different universe, but they've settled on Earth's sister planet Venus. The Hathors, as they're also known, are more recently came to Earth, though they are still relatively rare. These folks have an angelic appearance when in their natural form, featuring ethereal wings. The Hathors are all about love and forgiveness. Kindness is always rewarded by this race, especially since they are from the fourth dimension. Some people in the paranormal field, or people that's just doing videos, and they catch these starseeds. They catch these in their videos, and then they show it like on these groups, and then the groups that don't know anything about it, they're like, oh, it's this, or oh, it's that, and I can clearly see what it is. It aggravates me because they can be caught on camera, which means their wings are like real delicate and light. The Hathors are all about love and forgiveness. Kindness is always rewarded by the race, especially since they are from the fourth dimension. Venusian Starseeds have a strong heart chakra. They're able to output unconditional love. Venusian. It's spelled like it's Venus, like a venison, a deer. Venison, but it's actually pronounced Venusian. Starseeds have a strong heart chakra. They're able to output unconditional love because most of their power comes from their heart chakra. They truly believe in the power of love to transform a person's life. They are highly attuned to their surroundings and to the energy of other people, especially to love vibrations, and can be quite sensitive. Venusians are also very sensitive to beauty of all kinds. They can disguise between different energies and have a strong sixth sense, since they're extremely attuned to subtle differences. Venusians can be amazing healers, a natural career choice for them. However, they can also be too sensitive with energy. Their systems are easily overloaded by the ugliness on planet Earth. They might struggle to live in the third dimension and deal with more primitive things like trade or money. The Pularian Starseeds. Pularian are from the star system of Polaris, a triple star system containing Polaris A and Polaris B and Polaris AB. Polaris is known as the North Star here on Earth because it is the brightest star in the Ursa Minor and located in a position close to the North Pole. On Earth, Pleiadians are very loyal and consistent, though this can sometimes be detrimental when they choose to be loyal to someone. They will follow through even if their loyalty isn't well placed. Pleiadians make fantastic friends and supporters. They're very group-oriented and believe that everyone should get an equal say. The North Star calls to Pleiadians both physically and in the metaphorical sense. They have a natural sense of direction and always follow the path in front of them, even if others believe that they need to make changes. Pleiadians can easily get stuck because they struggle to create change or make decisions for change. They have a lot of hesitation and can become stagnant. Overall, Pleiadians are a stubborn bunch. They have a lot of Taurus energy and will stick with a choice no matter what the evidence to the contrary says. However, they're also persistent and will see and endeavor through. Pularians are the glue in many social groups. They aren't always the leader or the most charismatic member, but they are solid enough to keep everyone else together and grounded. Pularians also know that the whole is greater than any part of the group alone. The modern world can feel fragmented to Pularians. They're used to being a part of a cohesive unit. So modern day life, which the emphasis is independence, seems disjointed. They might struggle to have independence because they're not where they come from. The modern world can feel fragmented and disjointed to them. Pularians uniquely know how to restore unity to the world. They can operate as lower vibrations that keep them grounded, but can also access higher vibrations to ensure their intuition. So the next star seed is the Hadrian Starseeds. The Hadrians come from a society where love is always unconditional. For them, there is simply no such thing as conditional love. Let me read that again. The Hadrians come from a society where love is always unconditional. For them, there is simply no such thing as conditional love. On Earth, Hadrian can be traumatized easily because conditional love feels traumatic. They also struggle with the idea of manipulation or lying because they're used to complete transparency on their home planet. Hadrians may also codependency in issues on Earth. It's hard for them to say no if someone isn't asking for a loving place because they still want to give love. They also have trouble establishing firm boundaries and can easily become doormats. Those are the ones that says, no matter what I do to help people, they just walk all over me. Conditions are hard for them to understand, so they don't know how to create boundaries for themselves either. They can struggle with all kinds of addictions or just overdo everything. Learning when to stop is difficult for someone from Hadar. If Hadrians can learn how to establish boundaries, they can make wonderful additions to Earth because of the incredible love they have to offer. The next is the Anaki Starseeds. I have a picture of them. The Anaki Starseeds. The Nuberans, also known as Anaki, are an advanced race that ruled over Earth thousands of years ago. The Anunnaki first showed up as the gods of Sumerians, but similar gods appeared in different myths and cultures. The Anunnaki were most likely human-like, but much larger in stature, about 7 feet tall on average. Some legends say that the Anunnaki actually created humans using their own DNA and DNA of natural animals through this, though this is up for debate. It doesn't seem like many Anunnakis exist here on Earth anymore. They're mainly known as the ancient race, but that doesn't mean that they aren't still involved in our race in some way. Now the last one that I have on the list is Earthlings. Earthlings are people whose souls first incarnated here on Earth, meaning that the ways of our three-dimension world feel much more natural to these souls. The Earthlings' personality type is much animalistic than Starseeds, which means they intuitively understand life and death. They know that peace can only exist when violence also exists, because we live in a world of dualities. Earthlings don't have qualms about killing to eat, or more likely to accept bad things happening without questioning. While Earthlings may struggle to connect to higher dimensions, they're very connected to the third dimension, which makes them quite grounded and stable. Other types of starseeds. Not everyone fits into any of these categories. If you're struggling to get answers, then consider that you're from a different place altogether. Don't stop the video here. It's an hour and 8 minutes, but I'm going to go in and I'm going to put all of the pictures in. So the ones that I went over here, the ones that I have pictures of, I'm going to insert them, and at the end I'm going to put all the other pictures that I did not go over of the others. So watch it all the way to the end, please. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe. Please comment on your experiences with any of this. Let me know your thoughts. And I'm not going to say thank you for watching yet, because I'm putting the end of it. Every time I say that, somebody cuts it off early. So keep watching, okay? See you at the end. Bye. No, not bye. Don't bye. Don't hang up. Don't disconnect. Stay. Watch the pictures.